So we've got different ways of balancing things out. But I have another question over here to ask before I go to the last question of this topic that we first started, of the pressure of being an all-rounder, is when do we then tell ourselves that it's okay to what is with the word being content? Why does it have a bad name? Why can't we be content? Why do we always have to be ambitious? Why do we always have to go after success? What do you have to say, Arushi?
Annie, it's because of the unrealistic standards of everything that our society has put up for us, right? Unrealistic standards of beauty, unrealistic standards of being an all-rounder, unrealistic standards of being an entrepreneur. I mean, one day in the life of what I live and for every other entrepreneur out there, can drive one crazy. One day in the life of somebody who runs such a large channel on the radio, right? So I feel the word content has now been disguised by having it all, right? Which is different for each one of us. A warm pizza meant contentment to him. But for somebody, receiving that trophy 10 times over would mean contentment. So come back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, what does it mean to you? And why have we as a society removed the fun out of simple things? Because of social media.
The small joys.
Right? Because of how much exposure, the small joys. And honestly, like Sakshi said, she's going on the way to the interview. You'll see the interview, but will you see the tears that happened in the car? Maybe, maybe not. Me, I walk into my boardroom, seeming everything's great, hitting it off. What happened to my anxiety while I was having my morning cup of tea? Jo called me up yesterday and she said, "Are you okay?" It is so important to ask ourselves that a lot of time, and for contentment, the key is rest to reset. That is the only key.
Take breaks, take as many breaks as you can.
Please,
I'm all for it.
please.
I'm all for it. Do you guys take breaks?
I think I should take some.
Yeah, and don't feel guilty about it when you do. The guilt.
I think I take lots of breaks and I just feel horrible when I'm on the break.
Can I be content if I'm not working? Will I be content if I take this break? No, the guilt will come. It will be there, it'll eat us up. And then we will fall into the panic state that we all almost do every time.
It's also a very fine line because, okay, this is my break day, but I have made commitments to people.
So true.
Right? So then it's like disappointing myself, disappointing other people.
So maybe going forward, take on things that, we cut down on the things that you take on. Drawing that line also would mean that. What is the place of counselors, therapists, or elders in the family? Do you think they play a role? Kareema?
Your mental health?
Yes.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And they've shaped your thoughts, the way you deal with things. They've set a standard for how you deal with work professionally. Like you've seen parents work, and money is so important.
So true.
Like
so true.
Financially, that contributes so much to your mental health. I think when I started earning and I was able to sustain myself on my own, that made me a lot happier. But at the same time, now I'm like, then what more do I want? Because like this is so random. I'm a Calcutta girl who was like a broke 20-year-old who just suddenly became this influencer person, and now I'm able to earn. I'm living in Bombay. I'm acting like what's going on, and I'm still like crying every day myself to sleep.
It's real.
So then what is it does frame things like seeing my parents, how they were affected by mental health, the things that they never spoke about, and now that I reflect on it, like why was my father behaving that way that day? There was something more than just his mood, or a bad or a good day, or patterns of behavior that I've seen in relatives. So when a psychiatrist asked me, is there a history of this happening in your family? We don't have answers to these things because nobody bothered to go and get it checked.
Absolutely, absolutely. Time of reflection. Does that make sense, Agasthya, as a 20-year-old?
Like just to take time to reflect?
Yeah.
Like
on a daily basis, when you go back, when you're off to sleep and you kind of take 5 minutes to reflect on what you did.
So actually that's something I do every single day. Like before, when I'm in bed, I put my phone aside and everything. That's like one thing, because of this continuous pressure thing. Since a few months I've just been telling myself that the next day I wake up, I just need to be a better person than what I was today. It's that. So that's That's, you know,
Putting it all on ourselves.
I allow myself that little thing that, for example, if you didn't go to the gym today, tomorrow you go to the gym.
Right.
You know, be consistent in going to the gym, or today you ate that extra something which you know, ideally would not have eaten. So don't do that. You spend that extra money where you didn't have to buy that. But I just try to reflect in a way that how can I just be a better person? Or was I rude to somebody because my mood was off?
Correct.
Agasthya is very accountable to himself.
Yeah.
What I've noticed in the time I've known him, he's very particular about certain things that he's
So
never
he
compromised.
finds contentment in that accountability. You know,
Yeah.
There's a space that everybody,
All
everybody's
forms
space.
of consistency, I think he likes.
Correct.
Yeah, I like,
Correct.
yeah.
You know, a common thread in all of this, you know, in most of the things that we do, that we'll find is guilt. Guilt is a big thing. Arushi, I need you to tell us the pressure of being an all-rounder before going to the next topic, which will begin right away. Is if I have to deal with guilt, what is the first thing that I must do? And a very simple thing that I can even practice every day for all of us.
Right. So when it comes to guilt, we need to talk again to ourselves and put the why in. Why am I feeling this feeling? And what is it bringing to my plate? If the guilt is doing you more harm than good, you've got your answer right away.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right? We need to also change our relationship with guilt, Annie. Right? And how does one do that? By welcoming every feeling. Okay? And only then transforming it. Like Sakshi was saying, this is happening to me, I don't know what it is, Why don't we normalize the word anxiety? Why don't we normalize the word guilt? It happens to us, I feel it, I now acknowledge it so I can transform it.
Exactly.
Acknowledging your guilt, seeing what purpose it is serving, having the reflection and realization, if this is better for me, then I will let it stay. Otherwise, let it pass and flow away.
Wow. It's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
Right?
But
It's
you
easier
work
said
on
than
it,
done.
it happens.
Fully agreed.
Yeah.
Fully agreed. Kari, you work on it, Annie. It happens. I mean, look at these. Honestly, look at our generation of today. You know, the youth of today. They are so much more informed. They are so much more woke. Reflection at 20 or 19. Imagine if a lot of people were doing that, the leaps of growth they would have. I have conversations with all age groups, right? And the beautiful part of it is everybody is feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
So the only thing that is real are feelings. And we need to work with our own selves through tools like therapy so that we can transform how we think about certain things and the equations of certain things with self.
Oh, that's beautiful.
94.3 One World, your station. Radio 1.